What's up guys, it's your buddy Tyler coming at you with a new video on a portable emulation system, a new portable console that just was released by Anbernic. Let's check it out. So Anbernic sent me this console right here. I'm holding it in my hands. It's the RG351M. And this is their latest model. If you're not familiar with these kind of portable consoles, there are a lot of companies out there making portable gaming machines like this. Kind of, you know, a little bit of a gray area of the legality here. There are games that come on this one pre-installed when they send it to you. It's got hundreds of games from all sorts of different systems. And I love that the whole thing is based on the RetroArch emulation front end. That is basically what is powering all of the emulators that are installed in this system. And so it's kind of like having a RetroPie. The build quality is phenomenal. As I'm using the buttons, as I'm playing with it, I feel like I'm playing. You know what it actually feels like to me? It feels like maybe like the original NES control pad, especially the D-pad. It's like spot on, guys. And I love the two analog sticks at the bottom of the system here. And it's made of metal. This particular model, there are models that are like plastic. They're made of a plastic instead of a metal. And you know, some people like that better because it weighs less. But I just love the build quality here. What you got here is a bunch of different emulators basically, and everything on this system is emulated extremely well. The hardware in this baby is really good. And the only consoles that really don't run very well are the N64 and the Dreamcast, and that's kind of to be expected. Now, one of the strange things I found here is the way they've labeled the Sega games, the Sega emulators. They, you know, when you're scrolling through and you see Sega Genesis, it's actually not Sega Genesis that you're going to be playing. The games in here are actually Sega Game Gear games. In fact, as you scroll through here, you're going to see the GG Shinobi. That was what immediately clued me in, was that GG Shinobi 1 and 2 are in here. Those are Game Gear games. So I knew immediately this is not Sega Genesis. So you might be asking yourself, okay, what is Game Gear then? When I go to the Game Gear section, what games are those? Those are actually Master System games. So the Game Gear is Master System games that they put on here. You've got Donald Duck, but it's funny, they call it Donald Duck 1 and Donald Duck 2. And Donald Duck is not, it uses an image from the old Donald Duck comic strips. It's not Lucky Dime Caper at all. And then Donald Duck 2 actually says Quackshot 2 on the image. So it's kind of strange, the labeling system here. It's not really accurate. And that's something I hope that in future models they really kind of get right, is that when I scroll through these games, I would love to see the actual box art for each of these titles, not like some strange logo that doesn't actually coordinate with the game, that's inaccurate. But you know, it's hard to complain about stuff like that when there's just so many games on here and they run perfectly. They run really good. One thing I had to really tackle, and I had to explore the system for the longest time because it was driving me nuts, okay? I was going through the games and playing each emulator and testing it out and really trying it out. And I was getting so maddened by the fact that the games were stretched from a 4x, you know, games back then, everybody should know, were designed to be 4x3. And each of these games was being stretched to fit this more widescreen aspect ratio on this emulator console. And it was driving me absolutely nuts. I'm a real stickler for stuff like that. I want to play the games in the original format. And so I almost was about to give this thing like a way big thumbs down because if I couldn't figure out how to make it 4x3. Now, because it's RetroArch as the front end for all this, I realized, okay, I can go into RetroArch and I can make sure, there's got to be a way that I can change the aspect ratio. And sure enough, if you go into the RetroArch system and you do that by clicking both analog sticks here, go under like the settings tab, there you go, and you go under video, and then you go to scaling. It was kind of hidden in there. And then you'll find aspect ratio. Right now it's set to a 3:2 aspect ratio. That's a little wider. You want to go up to 4:3. And there it'll change, and you can play the games the way that they were designed to be played. Really, it is quite amazing that they even have a Dreamcast emulator running on here to some extent. Like it's playable to some degree. You know, it's got lots of glitches. It's got lots of problems with sound emulation. But I'm playing it right now. You can probably hear it. You can hear it kind of glitching out. See the sound? Yeah, sound is not good. But I'm playing a Dreamcast game on here. You know, I'm actually able to play it, and it's somewhat fluid actually. As I'm looking at it right now, it's pretty fluid. You know, aside from the sound being pretty garbled, not bad. 60 frames a second often as I'm looking at this. So that's pretty remarkable, guys. The Anbernic RG351M. I really hope in the future Anbernic decides to go with different names for these consoles, because I don't like calling systems by their model number. It gets really confusing very quickly. But what we have here is a great console. They have really done a great job with this emulation console, and I feel like this is one of the best I've experienced. Now, granted, I have not reviewed or played with a lot of these type of consoles, but this one just feels right. It has such a great build quality. As you hold it, my hands never get uncomfortable, which, you know, my hands get uncomfortable holding Nintendo Switch. So they're doing something right here with this thing. I love where the analog sticks are placed. I love the button layout, and also I didn't mention before these cool little bumpers on the back. Have this great rubbery grip right there on the back there. So what you've got here is a great little portable. I definitely highly recommend checking it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell if you want to be updated and notified whenever new videos get uploaded here on My Retro Life. I am Tyler Esposito, and I will catch you next time.